Now on TV News.
It's a frosty cold start on this Tuesday morning. Temperatures in the 20s and 30s, even close to 40 degrees along the coast. A couple of more chilly days and then mild weather with some late week rain showers. I'll have all the details on Futurecast coming up.
5 points progress, 1 year down as we have the latest on the big DelDOT Coastal Highway project for traffic flowing into our beach communities.
Laurel crash becoming tragic. It was in this area over 2 weeks ago. It was a crash that has now resulted in the loss of life.
Tracking community transformation, a developer says they want to bring diverse housing options near Lewis in this area here. It's now being met with some opposition.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley. It is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024.
And it's not chilly today, Paige. It is, at least for now, cold. I'm going cold with a capital C.
I'm going right there with you.
Yeah.
It is very cold. Hat, gloves, scarf, bundle up this morning. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey to help you prepare for today and the rest of your week. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Del Mar. But the silver lining here is the winds are light or calm inland. It's along the coast that we have a breeze, but that's where you're a little warmer. 37 Rehoboth, 39 Indian River Inland and Bethany Beach. But look at Del Mar, 21 degrees. That is not a wind chill. That's the actual temperature, and 20s elsewhere inland. So we're looking at a heavy frost, a deep freeze. Take extra time to get to work or school this morning. Calm winds inland, a little bit of a breeze along the coast. So your wind chills there, instead of close to 40, it feels like lower 30s, and no wind inland. Pretty much that feels like temperature same as the actual temperature as we're looking at clear skies. And our flow is coming out of the northeast around high pressure to the north. That's cold high pressure keeping us dry and keeping any storms away, but it is going to be chilly at 7 a.m. starting to creep above that freezing mark for a lot of us. By 9, close to 40 or lower 40s. By noon, I think a lot of our cities are in the low 40s with a few more clouds, but that persistent east-northeast wind will make it feel cold with highs only into the low to mid 40s later this afternoon, and a chilly ferry ride from Lewis to Cape May, and we're looking at 30s and lower 40s this morning, sunshine and then increasing clouds at times later this morning, and that chilly east-northeast wind.
Thank you, Bob. What you're seeing here that we're showing you is a map. This is the new roundabout that'll be in the 5 Points area in Lewis. The roundabout construction taking place on that red circle you see right there on your screen.
And it might be hard to believe, but that construction's been going on for an entire year now. And after all that work, the end is finally in sight.
The project includes the roundabout as its biggest change, but also bring alterations to other roads in the immediate area.
You can see on your screen just how far this project has come. And after the closures of numerous roads, some delays and questions on if the project will actually help out, we can start to see the light at the end of the tunnel here at that construction site. Now, one person who lives nearby hoping for the best when it does open up.
I'm hoping it will help. Not 100% sure, but fingers crossed. It has to be better than Malfunction Junction that they had there.
Now, here's the timeline for when you will see cars out there. This is according to DelDOT. The roundabout will be partially open for traffic on Beaver Dam Road and Plantation Road as soon as next month. Still more things to be done to the Route 9 portion of the roundabout. That's expected to be open by Memorial Day.
And happening today, DelDOT wants your input on intersection improvements that are proposed at the existing Kings Highway intersections. This is with Dartmouth Drive, Clay Road, Gills Neck Road, and Freeman Highway. DelDOT's considering widening the intersection along Route 9 to improve traffic, also looking at adding a new intersection between Gills Neck Road and Freeman Highway. The workshop will be held today at Cape Henlopen High School from 4 to 7.
Also happening today, an update on Greenway Trails plan in Worcester County. Proponents want to create more hiking and riding trails. County, along with the organization Maryland's Coast, hosting its first public meeting to review where new trails can be built. This will be from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Berlin Public Library. Comments for this plan being accepted until February 28th.
Today, Lewis will again take up the topic of accessory dwelling units. These living units that you can see are Lewis officials looking into potential housing strategies. They're right there. There you are on your screen there. The housing subcommittee will be having discussions about tiny homes and what general requirements would look like in the city. Tiny homes are units such as garage apartments, and that meeting is set for today at 4 p.m.
Drivers in Selbyville will be on the lookout for potential traffic issues. Blueberry Farm Road between Baker Road and the Delaware-Maryland state line will be closed beginning today. DelDOT says this closure will last until March 15th for the installation of crossroad pipes.
Over 600 acres off Route 9 in the Lewis area could become home to upwards of 1,200 homes, a YMCA, and some shops. It's if a development called Cool Springs Crossing Community gets the green light.
Its developer, Freeman Companies, would need conditional use approvals, and as usually the case with these types of projects, there are some people who are pushing back.
The land is currently zoned agricultural residential. The project seeks to rezone to medium density residential. Some people think this is just too much development.
The developers say they really want to hear from the people in the community. Site plans will be available to review today at 5:30 p.m. at the Milton Public Library, then again on Wednesday night at the Cheer Community Center in Georgetown at 5 p.m., and virtually on Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m.
And we have information on how to RSVP on CoastTV.com. Even though the project says it would add diverse housing options and rental homes, one person who spoke with Coast TV News says they're not convinced.
I haven't heard anything about homes for sale there that would be affordable for residents that actually already live here, not for people that have out-of-state remote salaries or retirees. That is very concerning, especially given its proximity to places that need workers to service that location itself and everything surrounding it.
In a statement to Coast TV News, the marketing group with Cool Spring Crossing says, quote, "We have provided various avenues for individuals interested in the proposed Cool Spring Crossing community to express their support, voice their concerns, and contribute to the dialogue surrounding the project."
So coming up next, the next step for the Cool Spring Crossing proposal. It's to go in front of Sussex County Planning and Zoning. That'll happen on March 6th.
And the feeling that more people are moving here, it's real. At least according to the Delaware Office of State Planning Coordination, it says building applications have doubled compared to just last year, hitting the highest level since 2008. If all those applications are approved, it would add around 7,700 new homes to the area. The report does warn that the state needs to plan carefully on how and where to build homes to keep communities in the environment in good shape.
We have new updates now on a crash that happened earlier this month in Laurel. It happened February 3rd at the intersection of Camp Road and Route 13. Delaware State Police say an 81-year-old Millsboro woman died from her injuries this past Saturday. According to troopers, for unknown reasons, the woman was stopped at a stop sign, but then pulled out in front of another car coming down the highway. That crash is still under investigation.
Less than a week to go until the Republican presidential primary in South Carolina. Foreign policy front and center. Nikki Haley is calling out former President Trump for not condemning Russian President Vladimir Putin over a top opposition leader's death.
And as President Biden hits his campaign trail, he continues to be questioned about his cognitive abilities, and he's getting political backlash over Israel's war with Hamas. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how candidates are preparing for another primary in the race for the White House.
With South Carolina's Republican presidential primary coming up on Saturday, Nikki Haley is going on offense in her home state, slamming former President Trump for not condemning Russian President Vladimir Putin over the death of top Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny in a Russian prison.
I don't know why he keeps getting weak in the knees when it comes to Russia. But I'll tell you what, Russia's not getting weak in the knees.
In his first comments about Navalny's death, the former president suggested he's facing a similar kind of political persecution without mentioning Putin. President Biden says he holds Putin responsible for Navalny's death and is now weighing more sanctions against Russia.
We already have sanctions moving and we're considering additional sanctions, yes.
For 75 years, NATO has been the most important.
The Biden campaign also launching a new digital ad casting former President Trump's recent NATO comments as giving Putin the green light to attack America's allies. President Biden is facing his own foreign policy backlash over supporting Israel's fight against Hamas. There's a movement for Democrats to vote uncommitted in the upcoming Michigan primary amid the devastation in Gaza.
And the president's doing everything he can to make sure that the loss of innocent lives is diminished.
The global conflicts having an impact on the campaign trail.
I think our country was a lot safer when Donald Trump was there.
As Haley, a former UN ambassador, makes the case she's the better choice on foreign policy and promises to keep running through Super Tuesday despite Mr. Trump's substantial lead. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
This all comes against the backdrop of the fight on Capitol Hill over sending billions of dollars of taxpayer money to Ukraine. Russia just made its first big battlefield advance in nearly a year as Ukraine's president warns of his country's shortage of weapons and ammunition.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, canal water cleanup. We'll show you what South Bethany is discussing that could lead to cleaner waters.
Also, these yard signs are in support of a local woman fighting against the Milford City Council. We'll tell you why the community is voicing their support amid the ongoing legal battle.
And we're showing you an update on the new Rehoboth Beach Patrol Station when the city says you can expect the next step in this construction to start. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Ben is still out there, and I am not going to leave him behind. It's time to go home, Ben's son.
Quantum Leap, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
She's beautiful and she's a legend, but don't let her sweet talk you.
I do have a CMT award. I got a special hat for you. You have a Grammy.
The Voice, Monday and Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
Whatever your struggle, there's hope. Call Homes for Hope to schedule your same-day appointment.
It's Usher. We want to remind you, Usher isn't just for your TV screens for the big game. Usher is meant to enjoy in person. And 102.5 WBOC has a confession. We have your way in to see Usher at CFG Bank Arena August 24th. If you listen to Mornings with Petch, you can win them. Petch will have you falling in love and saying yeah with 102.5 WBOC.
We are seeing brightening blue skies on our Bay Health Cam right now. 30 degrees in Dover. Sun's up now at 6:46. That sunrise getting earlier and earlier, and that sun will sparkle off all that frost because look at these temperatures in the low to mid 20s inland. No joke. Very, very cold and frosty. Not so much along the coast, mid to upper 30s, but we have a bit of a breeze there, and it feels like temperatures in the lower 30s and 20s inland. So we're looking at clear skies right now and high pressure in place to the north with a northeast flow, and that will keep us high and dry, but chilly today. Temperatures this morning in the 20s and 30s. Winds pretty light, and then as temperatures rise into the 40s later on, that breeze will knock that feels like temperatures back into the 30s, even down to freezing by 6 p.m. is what it will feel like with the wind.
We have an update to tell you about. This is for Seaford homeowners. You'll have an opportunity to dispute property assessments for the upcoming tax year. That runs from July 1st of this year to June of 2025. Appeals are scheduled for February 27th at 7 p.m. For those interested, the property assessment listing is now available at the Seaford Public Library. The deadline to contact the tax department for an appeal, that is 4 p.m. on Friday. Dewey Beach facing a little setback in the town's effort to get over $2 million in a grant for the construction of a new town hall and police station. Town manager Bill Zolper said at Friday's town council meeting that despite the town's compliance with application requirements, the proposal did not proceed through Senator Chris Coons' office. However, he says the setback isn't due to any missteps by the town. Town officials say they will reapply for the grant. Soon, the Beach Patrol headquarters and restroom facility in Rehoboth Beach will be complete. We have video that we're going to show you of where the workers took down the site of the old building. The city says the rest of the building should be demolished by next week as the contractor prepares for what is called sheet pile installation. This will most likely happen on March 4th, and a crane will be on site for the installation.
Capital One has announced it's buying Discover Financial Services. The all-stock deal worth $35.3 billion. The deal would combine two of the largest credit card companies in the United States. Capital One uses MasterCard and Visa for most of its cards. The Wall Street Journal earlier reported Capital One plans to switch more of its cards to Discover's network. Starbucks has opened its first cafe designed to give customers with disabilities more store accessibility. It includes softer indoor lighting to minimize glare, shadow patterns and backlighting materials that'll minimize background noise or echoes, and lower counters where coffee and food is placed for pickup. All renovated, and new cafes will implement the new design features. Still ahead this morning, a community standing up with one local woman fighting against Milford's City Council. We're telling you the plans the city wants for part of her property.
It is getting brighter this morning, but you can still see Venus here on our Boardwalk Plaza cam as the sun's coming up at 6:40, 6:37 in Rehoboth right now. Inland, a frosty cold start to the day, and we have a few more on the way. And then a late week warm up and some rain showers. I'll track it on Featurecast coming up in 2 minutes.
Draper Media is seeking a passionate field correspondent for our daily and commercially driven lifestyle and entertainment show, Coast Life. You'll provide live coverage, produce pre-recorded programs, and maintain a strong digital presence. Candidates must have a dynamic on-air personality, be innovative, and show versatility while working with our clients. Learn more and apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, 7 to 9 every Saturday on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here. Not happy with your utility bill? Help save energy by replacing your outdated, inefficient windows. At Spicer Brothers, we install new replacement windows and new construction series windows, built for extreme weather and high energy efficiency. And quality installation is just as important as the window itself.
And you can have peace of mind on your new windows with the Spicer Brothers Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
And right now, buy 2 windows and get 1 free. Plus, no interest and no payments for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
It's approaching 6:18 on this Tuesday morning. We have a great-looking live shot of Rehoboth Beach as we see the hint of the sunrise. It's still a cold one out there, Bob, on this Tuesday morning.
Yeah, you know, the days are getting longer, and to see the warm-up, it's a bit of a delay, Matt. You know, it takes about a month or two for the warmer air to catch up with the longer days, but eventually we will get there, and we have a bigger warm-up on the way for next week. But first things first, we're still entrenched in winter, and it is frosty out there. You'll be scraping for a while. How about another 5 to 10 minutes extra? So make sure you warm up the car, get all that frost in the liquid form, and get a nice warm cup of coffee and bundle yourself and the kids up out the door. It is very cold. 22 in Delmar, 24 in Seaford, 25 in Salisbury, Millsboro 26. Now, along the coast, we've got a northeast wind coming off the Atlantic Ocean. It's about 40 degrees. So our temperatures here are into the mid to upper 30s. So not as cold as inland. And there's a bit of an easterly breezer as well, around 10 to 15 miles per hour from Bethany Beach up to Rehoboth. But inland, it's calm and it's frosty cold. Feels like temperatures are into the 20s and lower 30s with that wind along the coast. So no matter how you cut it, it's just a really cold morning, just not as frosty along the coast as we're looking at clear skies, a beautiful sunrise here in the next 25 minutes or so. And we have high pressure to our north and the flow around that high coming in out of the northeast. It's keeping us cold and dry. You can see some clouds to the south trying to move to the north, but it's not going to work as we are looking at, looks like a system trying to get going off the Carolina coast, but high pressure will scoot this out to sea. There's another little spin here across Tennessee, but all that will be moving south of that ridge of high pressure. So this morning, clear skies, frosty conditions, and we'll start to defrost as we go through the morning as temperatures climb above freezing. By 9, 30s and low 40s, and we're in the lower 40s by noon. Maybe a few more clouds with this northeast flow, but it is going to be a chilly afternoon, maybe up to 45 in Delmar, Salisbury 46, but lower 40s right along 113. And as we go into this evening, still very chilly. We continue with this easterly flow, and that will continue into your Wednesday as well. So maybe a little bit more in the way of clouds, but still another chilly day with highs only into the 40s. But we start to warm things up by the end of the week. We cloud it up as well. Maybe some showers later Thursday. A better chance of just plain rain into Friday. And then that system moves away. And then we're looking at a dry and chilly weekend. I think we'll take dry, even if it is chilly, but it looks like it does stay cool as we head into the weekend time period. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 40s the next couple of days, a mix of sun and clouds, and then we're into the 50s by the end of the week with that rain on Friday, 56, but then really cold for the weekend again, mostly sunny, 43, 48 Sunday, but then close to 60 by Monday as we see the beginning of a warm-up.
Hey, don't forget Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page for all of the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussions. Visit and follow our new page. Head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC or simply scan that QR code right there on your screen to stay connected with us.
First, a crowd at City Hall. Next, a billboard criticizing the mayor and city council. Now, yard signs. It's the latest show of support from the Milford community in the Annette Billings eminent domain case. This case involves the mayor and city council attempting to take 8 acres of Billings property. This is off of South Rehoboth Boulevard. They want to create a bike path there. Coast TV did reach out to the mayor and city council members, did not hear back. Billings and her attorney, they asked for an extension to their March 1st hearing. If that extension is not approved, Billings, her attorney, and the Milford city solicitor, they'll be in Superior Court in Georgetown to determine how this case proceeds.
And another sign that shows support for Annette Billings in the eminent domain case is this new billboard on Route 113. The billboard says the city council is wanted for attempted theft. The sign also has a number and an extension that leads to the Milford city manager's office. It's not clear who put up the billboard. Some people do have their suspicions. Nothing is confirmed. And we do want to note the billboard does not have Councilman Todd Kulata, who is the sole member of the council that voted against using eminent domain back in September.
This does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your stance on eminent domain? So let's take a look at the updated results.
All right, 68% of you say it threatens property rights. That has stayed the same. That is still in the lead there. Just 3% of you say it's necessary for progress. 28% of you say, it depends on the case. I need to hear what's going on. That's all fine. If you want to vote still, head to coasttv.com or our mobile app.
Well, up next, canal cleanup. We'll show you the unlikely solution South Bethany is discussing for its canals that could lead to cleaner water. We'll be back on Coast TV News today.
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Take your seat for the 8th Annual Ocean City Film Festival, March 7th through 10th. Enjoy 100 independent films and meet the people who made them. We're welcoming the legendary John Waters, live on stage with his Hairspray movie at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center on March 9th. Tickets start at just $59. Come on down and stay in an oceanfront hotel room starting at only $89 per night. Discover how to fest and get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
It's now or never.
2 dead bodies in the name of free speech.
Nobody needs to die today.
This girl was targeted.
You come and see it by my daughter!
When you're undercover, one mistake and it's all over.
Can I go home now?
That's not how this works.
Law & Order Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Tamron Hall, GLAAD Media Awards nominee.
Freedom is me showing up exactly how I am.
For highlighting voices in the LGBTQ community.
And on the next Tamron Hall, would you pass the burnt toast test? What is it and what the results could say about your self-worth? Then fans have been following her family's journey for nearly 20 years. Star of Little People, Big World, Amy Roloff talks their explosive new season.
I am running the show. We'll do it my way.
Next Tamron Hall.
Tuesday at 3 on Coast TV.
HGTV Week is building on The Jennifer Hudson Show with hometowns Ben and Aaron Napier.
Jennifer, do you like candles?
I like candles that smell like cooking because I can't cook. And a demo from Paige Turner.
Tuesday at 2 on CoastTV.
Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
A certain species may be helping the South Bethany canals more than you think. The South Bethany Canal Water Quality Committee had a meeting discussing the ends of the canals. While certain material causes problems to the canal, which ultimately adds more algae growth, the committee discussed some things in the canal helping the sea life, such as bryozoa. At first glance, it seems like another form of algae, but they're actually a form of filter feeders, which helps clean the water.
It actually is good for the water. They're part of that great system of taking some of the bad stuff, micronutrients, and they use that as fuel, food sources, and that's great. But sometimes they can break off and float and all that, and when you look at it, it looks awful. It may not be pleasant to look at.
And the committee will be having their routine cleaning of the algae during early May. We'll continue to talk about long-lasting solutions during their next meeting.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey, he is back with us, and as we take a look at how today is shaping up, we're starting cold, and I guess as we go along in the day, Bob, it will be just not as cold, but still cold.
Yeah.
Still cold, a bit of a biting northeast wind, guys, but, I'll take the sunshine any day over clouds and warmer conditions. So we'll see the sunshine, a few more clouds today, around 44 in Georgetown, only around 40 in Lewis and Rehoboth. Farther inland you go, the warmer it is, 46 in Seaford. And for the eastern shore, eastern around 46, as is Cambridge and Vienna, so not too bad there. And farther south, we're looking at around 42 in Chincoteague, Ocean City, Princess Anne, 46 in Salisbury, around 44. We've got a couple more chilly days. Then we start to warm it up by the end of the week with some showers, but the weekend looking good. Much more on your forecast coming up in about 3 minutes.
Look forward to it, Bob. Thanks. Also coming up after the break, you can now vote for your favorite photo in Bethany Beach. We're telling you how many people were in the running for the VIP pass.
Also, Parenting for Resilience, we have how you can learn about new parenting strategies in the Milford School District.
And 1 year down so far in the major 5 Points construction project in Lewis. We'll show you more of an update on this project and what locals who live nearby are saying. Don't go anywhere.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce. But don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
In 2019, two visionaries banded together behind a restaurant to create the ultimate pizza, starting from scratch, just like our dough. At the Dough Bar, everything is a season for a reason. From our gourmet specialty pizzas to our signature sandwiches and mouth-watering entrees, we use high-quality ingredients for a freshness you'll crave. Enjoy our specialty cocktails with 16 craft brews on tap, or toast your own s'mores tableside by the water. Order online or visit the Dough Bar, Milton, Delaware's hidden gem.
Oh, porches. Hello, aren't you the guy I see on TV, the porch protection guy?
Yeah, I would say.
So they're made of marine grade materials that last for years?
Yeah, I would.
And they say I could use my porch all year round?
I think so.
And they keep the dirt, pollen, and rain and wind out? And the custom made right here locally?
They are.
I got to run, but it was really nice talking to you.
Well, it was nice talking to you too.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Why'd you have to strike that match? It set my world on fire.
I'm giving up on love, 'cause love's giving up on me.
Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Won't stay right here all night. If the good roads feel like creek will rise.
1039 and 1063. We're local, we're coast country, and we're Delmarva proud.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce. But don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
This is Coast TV News Today.
February 20th, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks so much for joining us.
6:29 on this Tuesday morning.
Yes.
During the break, we were talking about eating. I was off yesterday,
Yeah.
perhaps you noticed.
Yes.
Yes. So Daytona 500 on Monday. I had some pizza for that.
Yum.
Sounds like you went with a much healthier option
Yeah.
yesterday.
Well, I've been keeping you guys updated because especially as the weather gets better, I've been trying to work out,
Yes.
eat healthier.
You are a good inspiration. I'm just not following that lead yet.
There was this thing, and you guys are going to make fun of me, but there's this thing on social media, and it said, quote, hot girls eat spinach. And I was like, well, I want to be a hot girl.
Sure.
So I ate spinach.
And?
It was fine.
Okay.
It was just plain spinach and lemon juice. So catch me in a couple months. I'll be really strong and fit. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll
All right.
see.
Well, you are a better person than me.
I will tell you, pizza sounds good right now.
It sounds good. Might
Yeah.
not be the healthiest.
And it's all right. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Chahey now. Bob, at least the weather makes you feel a little more motivated to get outside, but not really today. It's too cold.
It is a little cold, and I know somebody else who ate spinach too. Popeye. You know, he had the gun show going, Paige, so maybe you'll have the guns going too as we get healthier, eating healthier food. And you need to have a warm beverage this morning as well. It is frosty cold out there this morning. 22 in Delmar, Salisbury 25, Millsboro 25, Seaford 24. These are not wind chills. These are actual temperatures, so we are in the deep freeze. Not as bad right along the immediate coast because you have that breeze coming off the ocean right now, and that breeze is cold, around 10 to 15 miles per hour all the way from Bethany Beach up to Rehoboth. But inland areas are calm, and that is where it's frosty right now. So with the wind, it feels like 20s and lower 30s along the coast, but inland, well, the wind is calm, but it still feels really cold in the low to mid 20s. At least we're looking at clear skies, dry roads, good visibility. Our flow coming out of the northeast around high pressure, keeping us high and dry and keeping any clouds or storminess away. So we're slowly warming above freezing this morning by 9 in the 30s, and then lower 40s. I think that should probably do it. The farther inland, the farther west you go, I think you'll be a little warmer today into the mid 40s, but it'll be chilly with that northeast wind. And for the kiddos at the bus stop, yeah, it's back to school after the holiday. Bundle up this morning, frosty cold 25, lots of sunshine, a few more clouds this afternoon, and heading home, we're looking at 42 degrees.
Bob, a milestone in a massive roadwork project on a cloudy late February morning. We're going to go back 1 year, Paige, 2023. DelDOT and other local and state officials broke ground on the 5 Points Roundabout project.
Now, a year later, things are getting close to completion. Coast TV's Charles Reiner shows us what neighbors in the area, they just cannot wait.
From tossing dirt to an almost finished product, DelDOT has been working on this 5 Points construction for a full year, and Bruce Gardner, who lives nearby, is ready to see it finished.
I'm hoping it will help. Not 100% sure, but fingers crossed. It has to be better than Malfunction Junction that they had there.
Part of the roundabout will actually open as soon as next month. Traffic from Beaver Dam Road and Plantation Road will be the first drivers to try out the new addition. But some say the construction has been a massive headache.
Just cannot wait for it to be done. There's so much traffic on the road that goes from Route 1 over to Shady Drive. I just can't wait for it to be done.
Alongside the roundabout, the finished product will include more sidewalks, bike paths, and drainage upgrades, at a cost of millions of dollars and a year's worth of detours and road closures. But people are hoping that all of that will be worth it.
This whole area has grown tremendously. I'm originally from the area, Millsboro, so I've seen a lot of changes, and we're not able to keep up with it all.
A lot can change in one calendar year, and the goal of this project will always be to smooth out the travel here along the coast. While you'll see cars driving out here on the roundabout as soon as next month, the entire thing's not going to be complete quite yet. According to DelDOT, the Route 9 portion of this project is going to take a little bit longer to complete, and it's expected to be done by Memorial Day. I'm Charles Reiner in Lewis, Coast TV News.
There will be a public workshop at Cape Henlopen High School on the DelDOT's 5 Points project. The hybrid meeting will give people the opportunity to hear about the progress on the Plantation Road project. The project promises safer intersections and better bike paths for biking and walking. Officials will also be sharing updates on other transportation around the 5 Points area. This workshop will take place February 26th from 6 to 8.
So let's break this down. The roundabout project is the result of the 5 Points Transportation Study. Goal, fix traffic problems in a busy area of eastern Sussex County, known for its beach traffic jams. So in 2017, DelDOT and the county, they partnered together to create a working group to find ways to make traffic better. They shared their ideas in a report in 2018. Now, they're in the second part of the plan, working on making those ideas happen. They say they keep everyone updated and hold meetings to talk about what's new and also what's next for current 5 Points projects.
The city of Rehoboth Beach working with DelDOT to build sidewalks in the city. The city says this project is scheduled to begin along State Road around February 26. It's expected to take around 3 weeks to build sidewalks from School Lane to Stokely Street Extended. A schedule of this project has been sent to Rehoboth Beach homeowners.
Happening today, an update on a Greenway Trails plan in Worcester County. Proponents, they want to create more hiking and riding trails. The county, along with the organization Maryland's Coast, is hosting its first public meeting to review where new trails can be built. This will be from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Berlin Public Library, and comments for the plan are being accepted until February 28th.
The Maryland flag will be at half-staff today for what's known as Civil Rights Heroes Day. The Department of Natural Resources says Governor Wes Moore has ordered flags to be lowered from sunrise to sunset. The goal is to shed light on this day, which honors the courage and the efforts of civil rights and abolitionists throughout history.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still coming up, you can now vote for your favorite photo in Bethany Beach. We'll tell you how many people are in the running to win the VIP parking pass for their perfect picture.
Also, best of the Bayside, individual wrestlers battling for a conference high school championship.
And parenting for resilience. We're telling you the event in Milford that aims to help parents support their child's academic success. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Draper Media is seeking a passionate field correspondent for our daily and commercially driven lifestyle and entertainment show, Coast Life. You'll provide live coverage, produce pre-recorded programs, and maintain a strong digital presence. Candidates must have a dynamic on-air personality, be innovative, and show versatility while working with our clients. Learn more and apply today at drapermediajobs.com. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
The job of a Delaware Electric Cooperative employee is dangerous, but the biggest threat our team faces may come from you. Drivers are putting our crews in danger, speeding past line workers while they restore power. Help our co-op employees return home to their families at the end of the day. Slow down or move over when you see utility employees and first responders working along area roads. It's not just the right thing to do, it's also the law. Stay safe, stay vigilant, move over, and slow down.
Honesty, integrity, bravery. Here is what we can face together.
Incoming.
Let's go.
I've had this policy of not mixing my work and romantic life until now.
I have no doubts you will make a great leader.
It's like you said, Chief. Change is inevitable. I'm no good without the job. You know that.
You've got the team. I've got you.
Chicago Wednesday, new on NBC and Peacock.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
We have a spectacular sunrise in progress right now. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Ooh, look at that. We see the frosty landscape. Sun's up at 6:46, 24 in Laurel. It is frosty cold out there. 21 in Delmar, Salisbury, 25. A little milder along the coast, but boy, inland it is frosty. Leave extra time to warm up the car. A little bit of a breeze along the coast. It feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s there, and it's just cold everywhere. So bundle up out the door. We have a lot of sunshine and a few clouds will be building in, but we've got this potent northeast flow around high pressure. So if you're going for a run along the coast because it's a little milder with temperatures in the 30s and eventually into the 40s. But a stiff east-northeast wind will make it feel even colder. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather line 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away. Just updated it. It is sponsored by Baird, Mandelis, Brockstead, and Federico.
Sounds good, Bob. Thank you. The Dewey Beach Police Department has reached out to Apple Electric to get its electric vehicle charging station plan going. Dewey Beach Police Chief Constance Speak said at Friday's Town Council meeting that electric vehicles are supposed to be delivered to the department by the end of March. They will be marked and expected to be ready to go by April. Plans to preserve open space in Lewis are racing forward, quite literally. The Greater Lewis Foundation, alongside the Seashore Striders, organizing the Race for Open Space event April 20th. The initiative aims to raise funds and awareness for the preservation of Lewis's largest undeveloped land, the 39-acre 4th Street Preserve. The event features a 5K run and a 1-mile walk that will start at George H.P. Smith Park and lead participants toward the 4th Street Preserve. If you're a family living in the Milford School District, you'll definitely want to hear this. The district's set to host a Parenting for Resilience information session February 28th at Milford High School. It's open to all district families. The event will offer insight into social, emotional learning and strategies for building resilience. There will also be a discussion about student expectations within the school system. This initiative aims to equip parents with the tools necessary to support their children's success in and out of the classroom.
Rain pushed back the Daytona 500 till late Monday afternoon. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, the three manufacturers had their moments during Speed Week, but at the end, it was two cars from NASCAR's winningest organization that took the top spots. Do you smell that? It is The Rock giving the command to start the engines. We're just going to go right ahead. 9 laps remaining in the race. Middle part of your screen, that purple car, Alex Bowman, bumps William Byron, the white car, chain reaction. This takes out about half the field number of the top contenders in the Great American Race. Just a big scene of wrecked cars. Go to the final lap. 2022 champ Austin Cindric makes contact with Ross Chastain. This brings out the caution, brings out Byron getting a Daytona 500 win. The Hendrick Motorsports driver with the most wins last season gets the biggest victory in his career. On the 40th anniversary of the formation of Hendrick Motorsports, it is a 1-2 finish with Byron winning, teammate Bowman in second, Christopher Bell finished third, and a real strong run here for Corey LaJoie, who brings the 7-car home to a 4th place finish.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
The best of the Bayside meeting up on the wrestling mats for a shot at the individual conference championship. Let's start at 106 between Kent Island's Gavin Linder and Stephen Decatur's Juan Hinojosa. And it's the Seahawks using some lower power to lift up Linder for the takedown. He'd wind up winning via tech fall, though, late in the first. Shifting over now to girls at 125, Decatur's Rachel Plata starts off with an escape from Colonel Richardson's Landon Dorleans, then goes to work bringing Dorleans to the mat and eventually earning the pin. She's your 125 champ. Now for 130, Queen Anne's Delaney Gray and Parkside's Mabel Woodgard. A doozy in the third round as Woodgard turns Gray over, gets the advantage, and those shoulders pinned. Woodgard takes it. Back over to the boys late in the third round of 144. Braxton McCavey of James M. Bennett leading by 2. KI's Cody Sandifer trying to escape, but McCavey maintains advantage, and he sees that clock wind down. He wins by decision, 12-5. At 157, Gavin Solito from Decatur taking on Brandon Adler of KI. Solito has been dominant all year, just one loss to his name, and he won't earn a second one. He overpowers Adler as he wins via fall in round 2. Lastly, to cap it off at 285, Alii Turner from Parkside and Chatty Drick Pickram of Colonel Richardson. Early in round 1, Turner gets the reversal and wins the 285 crown via the fall. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Some entertainment news now. A beloved movie is returning to theaters. We have David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
All we can say is that it's a very different film.
Poor Things director Yorgos Lanthimos likes different, and it appears he's continuing that trend. Variety reports he'll direct a remake of the South Korean fantasy comedy Save the Green Planet, about a man who kidnaps a businessman whom he believes to be an alien. Shooting is expected to start this summer. Filmmaker Reed Davenport shows his view of the world in I Didn't See You There. The award-winning documentary forces audiences to confront both the spectacle and the invisibility of disability. I Didn't See You There debuts on VOD Tuesday.
Things aren't always what they seem in this place.
Return to the Labyrinth. Jim Henson's 1986 fantasy epic Labyrinth, starring a young Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie as the Goblin King, is returning to theaters on Wednesday, March 6th and Sunday, March 10th. Check fathomevents.com for locations and showtimes. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Hey there, everybody. Here's what's happening today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
We've got another great debate for you. Should adults play video games?
Wow. I have some opinions on that. All that and more happening at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
I'll say yes. That's my vote. Definitely want to play video games. Not all the time. You want to get out and enjoy the beautiful weather as well. Here's our Tidal Health Cam in Seaford. We are looking at, well, frosty conditions right now. We've got chilly weather the next few days and then milder for the end of the week with some rain showers. Weekend looks dry and cold, but then a big warm up for next week. Details are coming up next.
Draper Media is searching for a full-time entry-level accountant. Successful candidates should have at least an associate's degree or equivalent experience. Candidates with experience in Sage Intacct will be given preference. It's an extremely detail-oriented job involving problem solving. Join the Draper Media team today as our next accountant with full benefits. Go to drapermediajobs.com to learn more and apply. Draper Media is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home. Weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Bring the mat to your living room. From the first takedown to the last pin, high school wrestling lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
HGTV Week on The Jennifer Hudson Show with hometowns Ben and Aaron Napier and a demo from Paige Turner.
Tuesday at 2 on Coast TV.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Thank you for calling Coastal Comfort.
This is a complimentary call. A couple of years ago, I had my heat pumps replaced. Last night, I noticed one of them wasn't working right. Somebody was out here within a couple of hours, and it's working perfectly. I was in the service industry for 33 years. Good service is something you can't find today. It very much is appreciated. Your crew's a good crew. Really fine people are professional and they're efficient.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's now 6:47 on your Tuesday morning. Let's take a live look at Seaford now, where the sun is on its way up. Bob, not bringing a lot of warmth with it today, but we'll take what we can get.
I think it's psychological. You know, you see the sun. Well, you don't want to look at the sun, Paige, but when you see the sun, you feel it. It feels a little warmer, even though it's frigid out there with temperatures into the 20s. So you really want to bundle up this morning. And make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Lots of really interesting weather information on there. And here's more information to share with you. Our average high now is 49, and we will be below average the next couple of days. Around 44 the high today, 46 on Wednesday. Then we start a little mini warm-up Thursday, the high of 52, 56 by Friday. But with the warmer temperatures, I think we increase the chances for some showers. And then by Saturday, behind the front, we'll be looking at colder conditions with a high of 43. Speaking of cold, this is one of the colder mornings we've had this winter. 22 in Delmar, 25 right now in Salisbury, Seaford 24, Millsboro, you're at 27. A little milder, so to speak, along the coast. You've got a northeast wind coming off the Atlantic that's about 40 degrees. So So your air temperature is running in the mid to upper 30s. You've got a bit of a breeze keeping you a little warmer along the coast, but inland we're looking at calm conditions. So with the wind along the coast, it feels like 20s and low 30s, but inland, well, it feels like the actual temperature in the 20s. We're in the deep freeze. It's very frosty. Warm up the car, have a hot cup of joe out the door this morning as we are looking at clear skies, great visibility, and we're looking at a lot of clear skies all the way from the mid-Atlantic up into the northeast, and we've got Arctic high pressure to the north pumping in that cold air. You can see some clouds trying to move in from the south, and we could see a few clouds later today, but any kind of moisture stays to our south with this system off the Carolinas. Also another one spinning through the Tennessee valleys, so we'll be keeping it high and dry. Temperatures rising above freezing this morning, upper 30s and lower 40s mid-morning, and then by noon maybe a few clouds, temperatures into the low 40s, but we'll have a persistent northeast breeze making these lower 40s feel like 30s, and low to mid 40s should do it for highs as we go into the evening hours, and then overnight still, well, mainly clear and chilly, 20s and 30s to start the day, maybe a few more clouds on Wednesday as we continue with this persistent easterly flow, and highs only into the 40s once again moving into your Wednesday. Clouds increase Thursday. We start the warm up with a warm front, maybe a few showers later Thursday. Any frozen precipitation as well to our north, and Friday morning we have a chance of some rain. This is not a big system. This will start to move off Friday evening, and then I think behind this system we're looking at a mainly dry and chilly weekend on the way right through Saturday and Sunday. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast has us in the 40s the next couple of days, lower 50s by Thursday. By Friday, some of those rain showers, 56, a colder weekend, only 43 Saturday, 48 Sunday, but then we bounce it close to 60 by Monday, partly cloudy skies.
Thank you, Bob. And for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phone, scan the QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
Our station's company, Draper Media, hosting a job fair this Saturday. The fair is from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Del Tech in Georgetown. If you're looking for a job or you're thinking of switching careers, come out and check out the job fair. Well, voting is now open for the 2024 photo contest in Bethany Beach. The town narrowed down over 250 photos to 17 finalists. The winner will receive a VIP parking pass for the year.
That is a great, great prize. We move on. Delmarva Power teaming up with the Arbor Day Foundation to give away 600 trees to their customers in Delaware and Maryland for free. According to Delmarva Power, planting these trees can help cut energy bills by up to 30% by shading homes and also blocking wind. Customers can pick from different tree types, and they get them delivered by the end of May.
And a gorgeous sunrise in progress right now on the Boardwalk Plaza. Cam, a few clouds right around the sun. It's frosty cold out there, especially inland. But we will see a late week warm up with some scattered rain showers and then a cold and dry weekend. And spring-like temperatures come in next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome to Beach Barrels. No matter where you're from, you're always a local at Beach Barrels in North Ocean City. Enjoy great times and great vibes at our unique bar. Try our award-winning Primo Hoagies that are made fresh to order. Cheer on your favorite sports team on our numerous big screens. Our live music scene is out of this world, hosting the area's best local and regional acts. Come in, grab a seat, or enjoy our brand new outside deck featuring beautiful palm trees, comfy seating with a tropical vibe. We're open every day from 10 a.m. till 2 a.m. See you at Beach Barrels, 133rd and Coastal Highway.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Baird, Mandalas, Brockstead, and Federico.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
93.5 The Beach.
We'll go dancing, dancing, dancing with the shadows. Dancing with the shadows.
I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young. Dance, dance the night away.
1025 WBOC.
Watch the Salisbury Stakes, Maryland's new minor league soccer team, exclusively on the Delmarva Sports Network. From every shot to every goal, the Salisbury Stakes on DSN. Local teams, big dreams.
It's 6:54 a.m. It's time now for some things you need to know before you go. Construction, where the new 5 Points roundabout will be going, has been ongoing for 1 year after the closures of numerous roads and some delays and questions on if the project will help out. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. The roundabout will be partially open beginning next month. There are still more things to be done to the Route 9 portion of the roundabout. That's expected to be done by Memorial Day.
More information on a crash that happened earlier this month in Laurel. This was on February 3rd at the intersection of Camp Road and Route 13. Delaware State Police say an 81-year-old Millsboro woman died from her injuries this past Saturday. According to troopers, for unknown reasons, she was stopped at a stop sign, but then pulled out in front of another car coming down the highway.
Soon, the Beach Patrol headquarters and the restroom facility in Rehoboth Beach will be complete. The city says the rest of the building should be demolished by next week as the contractor prepares for what's called sheet pile installation. This will most likely happen March 4th, and a crane will be on site for that installation.
Drivers in Selbyville be on the lookout for potential traffic issues. Blueberry Farm Road between Baker Road and the Delaware-Maryland state line will be closed starting today. DelDOT says this closure will last until March 15th, and it is for the installation of crossroad pipes.
Today, it's time to give your pets some extra affection because it's National Love Your Pet Day.
Okay, on this day, pamper them, reflect on their special place they hold in your life.
Definitely, because they hold a special place in our hearts. Give them a special treat, play their favorite game, bring out their favorite toy.
And be sure to give them some undivided attention. Take a closer look at their health and safety, too. That's key. The undivided attention, I think they get that every day, Paige.
I was going to say, my dog is spoiled with his favorite treats, his favorite toys. He's fine.
Yeah, we get toys, treats. They know where the treats are, our four cats. They'll give you the look like, hey, I'm at the pantry here. You might want to open that door. I know there's treats inside.
My dog has taken over my spot on the bed.
Oh, no.
He just, every day is pet day.
Every
for
day
him.
is Ziggy Day.
He thinks so, but it is, every day is Love Your Pet Day. Okay, 6:56 now. Time for a quick look at your forecast before you head out your door.
We're going to bring back Bob one more time. It's cold, Bob. Cold Tuesday.
You guys are making me a little sad because I'm thinking about my dearly departed golden retrievers. But they used to love the Kong, and I put the peanut butter inside, and they would just lick that thing for hours, and they would just love it. So, yeah, spoil your pets today. Why not? We're looking at chilly conditions, 20s, frosty out the door, warming into the 40s later on. A few more clouds today. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast. 40s into Wednesday. Then we're into the 50s at the end of the week. 56 with rain by Friday. Much colder and drier for the weekend. 43 Saturday. 48 Sunday. Then the big taste of spring next week with 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. And with that, some spring-like showers, but that 65 on Wednesday really jumps out. Looks nice.
Looks really nice, Bob. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us here on Coast TV News Today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Don't forget, we'll be back with Coast TV Midday at 11. Stick around.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, get your phones, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.
Now on